Hey guys, what is going on? Welcome back to my Robinhood portfolio. As always, want to thank you guys for the support on the channel. If you do like the content, please feel free to like, share, subscribe. And if you are a subscriber, make sure to hit that bell button to get all new updates on content posted on the channel. So having said all of that, I want to jump into this video, which I'd like to talk about net asset value, or NAV. This has come up quite a few times in the comment threads, especially from new viewers on the channel, new investors in the stock market. When I take a look at stocks, and typically this will happen when I take a look at new stocks that I'm thinking about investing in, when I'm evaluating the stock, I often reference net asset value when talking about ETFs and business development companies, which is this company here, PSEC. I thought I'd use PSEC as an example, Prospect Capital, business development company that has a great dividend yield. You can see in the statistics part here, it's currently displayed at 12.315, but it's really closer to 10 or 11% because of a recent dividend cut. And I talk about net asset value because you're talking about what the underlying portfolio of a lot of these companies is. So if we take a look at Prospect Capital here, you can see there's a lot of volatility in the price of the stock. You can see it's been pulling back quite considerably here. From $9 to $6 to $7, and from 6 to 7, even below that at one point, I think it was down to almost $6.20 or so. You can't really see that on the graph here. If you take a look at E-Trade or Morningstar, another ticker, you'll definitely see those prices in a little bit better detail. But the important part is that this stock has pulled back quite considerably. And if we could take a look at the 10-year graph, you could really see that in much better detail here. You can see kind of one of the peaks here before pulling back. And these companies, like ETFs, have underlying portfolios of other companies. They essentially are investing in a lot of other assets. You can see on the bottom there, this is investing in middle market companies. Essentially values $5 to $150 million, revenues of less than $750 million, less than $1 billion, so very low cap companies. But if you take a look at all of their underlying assets and add that up, it's actually less than the price of the stock times the number of outstanding shares. So if you take a look at the price of the stock here, you multiply this price by all of the outstanding shares, you'll get a value for the company. But then if you go through and add up all of this company's underlying assets, these companies down here, these $5 to $150 million companies, if you add all of those up in the portfolio, it's actually greater than what the calculated price of the company is based off the stock price and outstanding shares. So you're essentially buying at discount. So that's what net asset value is. You're taking a look at all the underlying companies, adding all of the assets up, and that number is what the net asset value is. And for this particular company, the net asset value is way, way higher than what the price of the stock is trading for. So you're essentially buying this at discount. If we take a look at the middle here, it really has a great article describing this. You can see this Dividend dog now sells for a 28% discount to net asset value, with still a great dividend yield, 10.8%. So the dividend yield was decreased by 6 cents. I think the current dividend per share is 0.08333. So it's down a bit, but it still has a 10+ dividend yield, and you're essentially buying at discount, 28% discount. So if you add up all of the underlying assets, the price of the stock is still 28% below that price. So even if the company were to go bankrupt, essentially if they sold off all their assets, it would still have 28% waiting for somebody to claim. So very, very low risk with that particular aspect of the company. I'm not saying that this doesn't have very high risk. It has very, very high risk because essentially lots of investors momentum trade with this particular stock. It's an income stock. If that dividend yield drops again, this stock will also adjust its price down, no matter if it's trading at a 30 or 50% discount according to its net asset value. It'll still drop. So this is still a risky company, but it's essentially a long-term play that I think I would be comfortable with that risk. Again, this company isn't for everybody. High risk equals high reward. This has a net asset value that's 28 to 30% below what the stock is currently trading at. It's got a great dividend yield. But again, you have to have a lot of stomach for investing in these types of companies, business development companies like Prospect Capital here. But just wanted to take a look and detail with this company what net asset value is, NAV, simply adding up all of the underlying assets. That comes to a particular number. The stock price by outstanding shares will come to a particular number. And if the net asset value is under what the company is currently valued at, it's a discount. If it's above that, it'll essentially be a little bit more expensive for you to buy into a company. I'm not saying that's not the incorrect decision either, but when companies are that far under what they should be valued at, I think they are relatively safe plays to buy a stock. Again, discount net asset value doesn't mean it's a great play every single time. You really have to take a look at the company and other aspects as well, but net asset value is a great way in addition to a lot of other metrics in evaluating a company. So I just wanted to quickly talk about net asset value here. Please let me know if you guys take a look at net asset value, how highly you regard net asset value when you're taking a look at a particular stock. I take a look at it. I like to look at what the underlying portfolio is. Again, this is used for ETFs, business development companies, and other companies that have underlying portfolios of either companies or stocks or other assets that you can take a look at. So just wanted to quickly talk about that, and not to make the video too long, I'll kind of end it here. As always, if you guys enjoy my videos, feel free to like, share, and subscribe. And until the next video, we'll see you then.